Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today with a profound question, one that challenges the very foundation of our existence. Are you truly 100% human? Is what you see in the mirror the complete and unaltered truth about who you are? Could it be possible that there are aspects of your being, your origins and your purpose that remain veiled, hidden from your understanding? Today we are going to delve deep into the mystery of our origin, of our creation, and the truth that lies beneath the surface. As we embark on this journey, I ask you to open your hearts and minds to a concept that transcends what you have been told, beyond the confines of what you have been conditioned to believe. We are not mere products of random chance or evolution. There is something far more profound at play in our existence. Our origin is wrapped in mystery, woven with threads of divine intention, and hidden in the very fabric of time itself. There are truths that have been obscured from our understanding, truths that not only reveal who we are, but also guide us to understand our true purpose and potential. As we go deeper into this mystery, I want you to reflect on the questions that will challenge everything you thought you knew about your identity. You see, you are not 100% human in the way you might think. There is more to your story than meets the eye. Let us explore the key elements that make up your true origin, the spiritual essence, understanding your divine nature. In the beginning, we were not simply created from dust, as some may tell you. There is a deeper truth about your origin. At the core of every human being lies a divine spark, a spiritual essence that transcends the physical. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, before you were shaped by the hands of time, your spirit existed in the mind of the Creator. You are, first and foremost, a spiritual being, made in the image and likeness of the divine. This divine essence within you is not something that can be reduced to mere biology or chemistry. It is the breath of life breathed into you by your Creator, and it is the force that gives you purpose and significance. Without this essence, you would be just another physical body, alive for a moment and then fading into nothingness. But you are not just any body, you are a living soul, a divine spark, an eternal being clothed in flesh. And this divine nature is what sets you apart from the rest of creation. When we speak of being 100% human, we often forget that the human experience is not confined to the physical. There is a spiritual dimension that is just as real as the world we can touch, see, and hear. Our true nature is not defined by the limitations of the body, but by the depth of our spiritual essence. It is this essence that connects us to the Creator and to each other. It is this essence that gives you the ability to transcend your circumstances, to rise above the limitations of the material world, and to become who you were always meant to be. This spiritual essence is the key to unlocking your true potential. It is through this essence that you are able to tap into wisdom, creativity, and insight that go beyond human understanding. The world may try to box you into a small, limited view of who you are. But when you awaken to your spiritual nature, you realize that you are far more than what your physical body suggests. Understanding your divine essence gives you the power to shape your destiny. It allows you to connect with the unseen forces that guide and sustain you. You are not just flesh and bones. You are an eternal spirit, destined for greatness. And once you recognize this, you can begin to live out your true purpose on this earth. Your spiritual essence is the foundation of your true identity. It is what enables you to see beyond the material world and to know that there is a greater reality, a divine purpose that governs your existence. Embrace this truth and you will begin to walk in the fullness of your calling. The mystery of the duality of man. Man is a paradox, a mystery and a walking contradiction. We are beings of both the earth and the heavens, creatures who walk between two worlds. On the one hand, we are physical beings bound by the laws of nature and subject to the limitations of time and space. But on the other hand, we are spiritual beings possessing an eternal soul that transcends these boundaries. This duality is what makes us unique in all of creation. The mystery of our existence is that we are not fully bound to one realm or the other. We are constantly straddling two dimensions, the physical and the spiritual. Our bodies are made from the dust of the earth, but our spirits are connected to the Creator, to the divine source of all life. This duality is what allows us to live in the material world while also reaching beyond it to touch the eternal. This paradoxical nature of humanity is what gives us the ability to rise above our circumstances, to transcend the limitations of our physical bodies, and to experience the fullness of life in a way that no other creature can. We are not bound by the natural world. We are connected to the supernatural, to the infinite, to the eternal. And it is this connection that empowers us to live with purpose and to achieve things that go beyond the realm of human possibility. But this duality also presents a challenge. We often find ourselves torn between the demands of the physical world and the call of our spiritual nature. Our physical needs, desires, and limitations pull us in one direction, while our spiritual essence beckons us toward a higher calling. This tension can be difficult to navigate, but it is part of the human experience. It is through this tension that we are refined, that we grow, and that we learn to live in harmony with our divine nature. As we journey through life, we must learn to embrace both aspects of our being. We cannot ignore our physical needs, but we also cannot ignore the call of the Spirit. We must learn to live in balance, to honor both our physical bodies and our spiritual essence. Only then can we experience the fullness of life and step into the destiny that has been prepared for us. Our dual nature is a gift, not a burden. It is through this duality that we are able to connect with both the natural world and the supernatural. And it is through this connection that we are able to fulfill our divine purpose. Embrace your duality, and you will unlock the full potential of your existence. The influence of external forces, programming, and conditioning. As we explore the mystery of our origin, we must also confront the reality of the forces that shape and influence our lives. From the moment we are born, we are exposed to a constant stream of influences that seek to shape our identity, our beliefs, and our values. These influences come in many forms: culture, society, education, family, media, and more. And while these forces may appear harmless, they have a profound impact on who we become. The truth is, many of us are not fully aware of how deeply we have been conditioned by the world around us. From a young age, we are taught to conform to certain norms, to fit into a specific mold, and to believe what we are told. This programming shapes our perceptions of reality and influences the way we see ourselves and the world. We are often told what is possible and what is not, what is acceptable and what is not, and these messages become ingrained in our mind. This conditioning is not inherently bad. It is simply a part of the world we live in. But the challenge arises when we begin to accept these external forces as our truth, when we allow the opinions and beliefs of others to define who we are. We begin to forget our true nature, our divine essence, and we start to live according to the limitations that have been placed upon us. In order to discover who we truly are, we must break free from the programming and conditioning that have held us captive. We must learn to question the beliefs and values that have been imposed upon us and seek out the truth for ourselves. This requires a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones, to challenge the status quo, and to embrace the unknown. But breaking free from this conditioning is not easy. It requires courage, self-awareness, and a commitment to living in alignment with our divine nature. It requires us to reclaim our identity, to rediscover who we were created to be, and to live according to a higher standard, one that is not defined by the world around us, but by the truth of who we are in the eyes of the Creator. When we free ourselves from the conditioning of the world, we open the door to a new reality, one in which we can live authentically and in harmony with our true purpose. It is through this process of awakening that we are able to step into the fullness of our potential and live the life we were always meant to live. The role of the mind, the power of thoughts and beliefs. The mind is a powerful force. It is the battlefield where the battle for our identity is fought. Our thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions shape the reality we experience. What we believe about ourselves and the world around us determines the course of our lives. The power of the mind is such that it can either propel us forward into greatness or keep us trapped in mediocrity. The mind is where the seed of destiny is planted. It is where we form our beliefs about who we are, what we can accomplish, and what is possible in our lives. If our minds are filled with negativity, doubt, and fear, then we will find ourselves limited by those beliefs. But if we choose to believe in our divine potential, in the power of our spiritual essence, then our minds will become a source of strength and empowerment. The mind is also where we encounter the greatest resistance to our divine nature. The world constantly bombards us with messages that contradict the truth of who we are. We are told that we are not enough, that we are limited by our circumstances, and that we cannot achieve our dreams. But these messages are lies. They are the voices of fear and doubt, and they seek to keep us from fulfilling our true purpose. In order to break free from these limiting beliefs, we must learn to renew our minds. We must replace the lies with the truth of who we are in the eyes of the Creator. We must choose to believe in our divine potential, in the greatness that lies within us. And as we do this, our thoughts will begin to align with our true identity, and we will begin to experience the fullness of life. The mind is a powerful tool, and when it is aligned with our divine essence, there is no limit to what we can achieve. The key is to learn to control our thoughts and beliefs, to choose thoughts that empower us and align with the truth of who we are. When we do this, we unlock the power of our minds and begin to live in alignment with our true potential. Your mind is not just a tool for processing information. It is the gateway to your destiny. And when you learn to harness its power, you will be unstoppable. The power of your thoughts and beliefs can shape your reality and propel you into the greatness, that you were always meant to experience. The connection between all human beings. Unity in purpose. As we explore the mystery of our origin, it becomes clear that we are not isolated beings. We are all connected by a common purpose, a divine plan that links us together. Though we may look different on the outside, we are all part of the same divine family, and our destinies are intertwined. This connection is not just a spiritual truth, it is a reality that we experience every day. We are all part of the same web of life, and what we do to one another impacts the whole. When one of us suffers, we all suffer. When one of us rises, we all rise. This interconnectedness is a reflection of the divine nature that resides within each of us. We are all created from the same source, and it is through our unity that we can fulfill our true purpose. The key to unlocking the full potential of humanity lies in our ability to recognize our unity. When we understand that we are all connected, we begin to see beyond our differences and embrace the common purpose that binds us together. We realize that we are not in competition with one another, but in collaboration, working together to fulfill the divine plan for the world. This connection is not limited to just the human race. It extends to all of creation, for we are all part of a greater cosmic order. Our lives are woven into the fabric of the universe, and every action we take reverberates throughout the world. When we live in harmony with this truth, we become agents of positive change, spreading love, peace, and purpose throughout the earth. The power of unity lies in its ability to transcend the boundaries that divide us. When we recognize that we are all part of the same divine family, we begin to see each other as brothers and sisters working together to fulfill a higher purpose. This unity is the key to unlocking the full potential of humanity and creating a world that reflects the divine truth of our origin. The connection between all human beings is a sacred bond, one that transcends time and space. It is through this unity that we can fulfill our true purpose and live in harmony with the divine plan for our lives. The eternal nature of your purpose, understanding your true calling. Every human being is born with a divine purpose, a calling that is uniquely their own. This purpose is not something that can be discovered through external circumstances or worldly achievements. It is something that resides within, deep within your soul. Your true calling is not defined by the world around you. It is defined by the Creator who made you. Your purpose is not just a job or a career. It is the reason you exist, the unique contribution you are meant to make to the world. It is something that is woven into the very fabric of your being, and it is something that can only be discovered by connecting with your true self, your divine essence. When you align with your purpose, you tap into the deepest source of fulfillment and joy. But discovering your true calling requires more than just searching for it externally. It requires a deep connection with your spiritual essence, a willingness to listen to the voice of the Creator within. It requires you to step away from the distractions of the world and tune in to the divine guidance that is always available to you. When you discover your true calling, you begin to see the world through a new lens. You realize that everything you have experienced in life has led you to this moment, and that your purpose is not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of the world. Your calling is a part of a greater plan, and you are meant to play a vital role in bringing that plan to fruition. Living in alignment with your purpose is not always easy, but it is always worth it. It requires courage, faith, and perseverance, but the rewards are immeasurable. When you live in alignment with your true calling, you experience a deep sense of fulfillment, peace, and joy that comes from knowing you are living in harmony with the divine plan for your life. Your purpose is eternal. It is not something that can be taken away or lost. It is a part of who you are, and it is something that will guide you throughout your life. And when you live in alignment with that purpose, you will experience the fullness of life and walk in the power of your true potential. The path to awakening. Ladies and gentlemen, as we stand at the threshold of this great mystery, I encourage you to look beyond the limitations of your physical existence and awaken to the divine truth of who you are. You are not just a physical body. You are a spiritual being created for a higher purpose. Your origin is not bound by time or space, but by the eternal will of the Creator who formed you. You are not 100% human in the way the world would define you. You are a being of dual nature with a divine essence that connects you to the Creator and to the universe. You are a vessel of infinite potential, capable of achieving greatness beyond your wildest dreams. And you are not alone. You are part of a greater interconnected reality, one in which your actions ripple out and impact the world. Embrace the mystery of your origin. Embrace the truth of your divine nature. Break free from the conditioning that has held you captive and step into the fullness of your potential. The journey ahead is one of awakening, discovery, and fulfillment. And it begins with the realization that you are far more than you ever imagined. As you walk this path, remember that you are not bound by the limitations of the physical world. You are an eternal being created for a divine purpose. And as you awaken to this truth, you will begin to live a life that reflects the greatness that lies within you. Let this message resonate in your heart and soul, and may it inspire you to live a life that reflects the fullness of your true identity. As you embark on this journey of self-discovery, let your mind be transformed by the truth of your divine essence. You are more than what the world has told you to be. You are more than your experiences, your failures, or your circumstances. The world may try to define you, but only the Creator can truly reveal the fullness of who you are. The journey to uncovering the mystery of your origin begins with the acknowledgement that you are not just a physical being bound by the laws of nature. Your true identity is found in the divine spark within you. This divine essence is the key to understanding your purpose, unlocking your potential, and living a life that transcends the limits of what you have been taught. As you begin to tap into your spiritual essence, understand that this journey is not one of perfection, but one of progress. The process of awakening is one of growth, refinement, and learning. You will face challenges, doubts, and obstacles along the way, but do not be discouraged. Each moment of struggle is an opportunity to rise above, to connect more deeply with your divine calling, and to become the person you were always meant to be. It is in the quiet moments of introspection, the moments when you seek to understand your true self beyond the noise of the world, that you will begin to hear the voice of the Creator. It is in those moments that you will find clarity, peace, and the strength to continue on your journey. The Creator's voice is not distant but close, guiding, empowering, and leading you toward the purpose that has been written into the very core of your being. In this journey of self-discovery, you will not be walking alone. You are part of a greater cosmic family, a vast network of divine beings that share in the same eternal purpose. Each step you take toward awakening your true nature is a step that affects the entire world. You are a part of something much greater than yourself. And together we can create a world that reflects the divine truth of who we are. Therefore, I encourage you as you continue this journey to trust in the process of transformation. Trust that the answers are already within you, and that every experience, every encounter, and every challenge is leading you closer to your true self. Your true origin, your true purpose is not something you need to search for outside of yourself. It is within you, waiting to be awakened. May you rise above the limitations of this world and embrace the fullness of your divine calling. The path ahead may not always be easy, but it is a path worth walking. As you awaken to the truth of your origin, you will step into a life of fulfillment, purpose, and power. And in doing so, you will not only change your own life, but you will also change the world. So, my friends, embrace the mystery of your origin. Do not settle for anything less than the fullness of who you are. Step into the truth of your divine essence and live the life you were always destined to live. Your journey has just begun, and the best is yet to come.